And we do want to bring in, joining us on the phone now, Mark Lathrop. He is in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho right now, and was an eyewitness to this unfolding. Mark, I really appreciate you joining us. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Mark, tell me a little bit more, and I understand what a stressful and surreal experience this must be tonight. Tell me a little bit about where you are and what you've seen today.
Yeah, so my house is about a block away from what we call Canfield Mountain and a very popular hiking trail and ORV trail, which I think the incident is actually up the ORV trail. It's very wooded. It's very dry, which makes the fire concerning since they can't fight it. There's multiple helicopters overhead, and there's sniper teams set up every block here watching the hill in case the suspects come this way.
Yeah, it must be a very scary situation as well. We're looking at stills that are showing smoke in the air. We didn't really understand the full extent that, of course, firefighters, once they were fired upon, and we know at least 2 people are dead so far. We still don't have a total number of casualties coming out of that. That they were not able to complete fighting the fire that now appears to be intentionally set. Is a fire still burning as far as you can see right now?
Yep, the fire has not changed. The wind is pretty light, luckily, so but it is blowing towards us. But it hasn't changed in size since probably 2 p.m. our time.
Okay, and what does it look like to you?
It's burning white, so I can tell that they basically haven't been able to touch it. And obviously, these are sheriff helicopters overhead, so these are not fire assets at all.
What concerns you the most right now?
The safety of our first responders.
Yeah, Mark, what was going through your mind when you first heard these reports that firefighters were showing up to do their jobs? They were responding to a fire call. This is I grew up in California. We worry about wildfires. They were just responding to try to put out a fire in dry conditions, and there are 2 people who are dead.
It's unspeakable evil. I don't think I can touch on it more than that.
Yeah. What are you seeing in terms of actual presence? We understand that there are some very brave souls, some law enforcement, who are actively under fire, under sniper fire right now. They don't know if it's 1 suspect or multiple suspects on that mountain. Can you hear or see any of that activity?
We cannot. We are 1 ridge basically removed from the fire, and I would expect the suspects are close to the fire, so we can't hear shots at this point. And the teams that are set up look pretty relaxed, so I don't think that we're actually close. We feel pretty safe. My neighbors are out watching the fire, so since they can't fight it, that's just kind of what we're monitoring.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. And can you help explain? I mean, you're very familiar with this terrain in this area. We understand that law enforcement is having a tremendously difficult time in neutralizing this suspect or suspects. They've been trying to for some time now, and now the very latest we're hearing is they say this could be a multi-day operation. Can you help us understand why it would be so difficult to neutralize a sniper out there in that area?
It is pretty steep, a lot of switchbacks, and there's a trail system and road system that goes back for 30 to 50 miles. So there is just a lot of places for them to go and for them to search. So I mean, it's not a great situation.
Yeah. Has anything like this ever happened in your community? Can you tell me a little bit about the community where you live?
It's a very quiet neighborhood. Even now, when people are riding their bikes around, I think just because nobody's used to a situation like this. All their neighbors are pretty close to each other. It's a pretty close-knit community. Right now I'm just concerned that these were our firefighters that were fired upon from the station down the street.
Yeah. How is that striking you tonight, Mark?
It's just a little surreal.
I bet. Are you getting ready to evacuate? Have you heard anything about whether or not you'll need to leave?
Actually, we didn't even get the shelter-in-place order from a source other than a Facebook post. And so we're under that order now. And I'm thinking if it gets dark, then we may be asked to leave. But again, we are one ridge away from where the activity is taking place. So
and I can see the video that you actually sent to us. We can see that white smoke rising over the ridge there. We appreciate you sending that in. And of course, the presence in the sky as well. Mark, I know this is the beginning of a potentially very long night. I'm wishing you all the best. Please continue to stay safe. And I really appreciate you joining us tonight. Mark Lathrop, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.